You can edit blocks in AutoCAD and make them into dynamic blocks with their own attributes, but also as well their own methodology of moving, rotating and flipping those blocks around in the drawing so that you can use them and manipulate them more quickly and more easily. So we've got our gasket here, and as you can see the attribute there is currently set at gasket 2, and we've also got this little funny white line here. Don't worry about that, you'll see why we're going to look at that in a minute. What I'd like you to do is hover over your block, like so, click on it, it's highlighted, right click on the mouse. On the shortcut menu, select Block Editor. Now this takes you into another screen within AutoCAD. You're not actually working in the drawing area right now, you're in the Block Editor. Notice you have a tab for Block Editor, and you've also got these block authoring palettes right here. If I just pan slightly, you'll notice I've still got the ability to pan and zoom and so on in the block editor as well. And you'll notice that is just an attribute and the block is broken down into all of its component parts right now. So there's the polyline, the polygon, the circle and so on. I'm just going to pan across slightly there so I've got a little bit of space here on the right. Notice the XY there is sitting on the base point of the block. Okay, we're going to set a parameter, so make sure you select your parameters tab in the block authoring palette. And the parameter we're going for is this one, the flip parameter. So we click on flip and come into the drawing area. Base point of reflection line. Endpoint snap there, left click. And endpoint snap there, left click. You'll see the flip state 1 appear, just drop that about there. And you can see now we get an exclamation mark. There's our flip, but we need objects for that flip. So we now go to the Actions tab here. We need to apply an action to our parameter. There's our flip action there. We select flip again, come into the drawing area and select either the words flip state 1 or you can actually physically select the line, the dotted line there. I always go for the words, so I click there. Select objects. You need to select everything, including the parameter. So pick box here, drag, and select absolutely everything with a crossing selection like that. Click. Make sure that everything is selected. Flip state 1. Yep, everything is selected. Right click to confirm. As soon as you right click, you'll notice no exclamation mark. That's because we've selected some objects for our action, our flip action, with our flip parameter. So we are good to go now with our dynamic block. It's got a flip action applied to it. So we go up to the Block Editor tab, close Block Editor, save the changes to the gasket block by clicking on Save the Changes. That'll take us back into the drawing. Now this block here, if I click on it now, you'll see, look, there's my flip parameter there. Now if I click on flip, you'll see it's flipping about that particular parameter. That was why I put that white line there, to prove that it is flipping. If I just drag it along this way by panning, so holding down on the wheel and dragging, there's my flip parameter there. Click, click. But notice as well, the text is not mirroring. It's staying where it should. If I just hit escape there and type M-I-R-R-T-E-X-T, mirror text, that is set to 0. When it's set to 0, anything that's mirrored, the text will stay in the same orientation. If you set mirror text to 1 before you edit the block or in the block editor, that will mean that the text actually physically gets mirrored as if you're looking at it in a mirror. I'm going to leave it at 0 there. So there you go. You've turned your block into a dynamic block with a flip parameter.